You're listening to BBC Local Radio across the east of England. I'm Nick Coffer, and this is a lovely story. An 85-year-old Grandad from Watford has gone viral on TikTok for his piano playing. Alan Melinek, also known as Piano Grandad, has received 800,000 views, 280,000 likes, and a whole raft of followers. He's raising money for Cancer Research UK after losing his wife to ovarian cancer. Should we hear him in action? It's actually really rather lovely. He's a very, very good pianist. Look, he's good. He's very, very good. Alan, nice to chat to you.
Hi, Nick. Meet again.
Very lovely to have you on the programme. Bearing in mind that you're a bit of a local superstar where I live in Watford in Hertfordshire. I tell you what, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Let's go back to when you were a child, because this love of piano happened at a very turbulent time in your life and all of our lives.
Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to play the piano. I was evacuated for 6 years and never had the opportunity to learn, although I wanted to. But as soon as I got back to London, I started lessons. Didn't keep them for long. But once I learnt the basics to read music, I just went off on my own. But I was keen. I'd come home from school at 4 o'clock, and 10 o'clock in the evening I was still playing. Drove the neighbours mad.
Listen, I don't want to fall into stereotypes here, but we all know that around the time of the end of the Second World War in the late 1940s, pubs, pianos, they were a match made in heaven. Is that where you developed your love as you grew older?
Yes, I was evacuated into a pub, and they used to have sing-songs there in the evening. And the son of the owner, he used to play the piano. I begged him to let me learn, but it never happened. It had to wait till I got home. Yeah.
And from that point, you progressed to some great jazz clubs, didn't you? And that's where this love of piano really set in stone.
Yeah, I think I always had an ear for music, but I had to wait until I was 12 before I could start proper lessons.
And here you are, 85, becoming an internet sensation. But to join the dots up, we do need to talk about Pat, who, from everything I can read, seems like an absolutely wonderful woman. You met her in a jazz club, didn't you?
Yes, Cy Loris at Piccadilly Circus years ago. I met her, and I think it was love at first sight. I was just going into university then. I asked her to join me at the jazz club, and it all took off from there. I actually played the piano in the jazz club as well, but wasn't very good at it. I'm not very good at improvising.
Alan, we can't have you talk about love at first sight and a jazz club in university without telling us the story. So come on, what happened? When did you first see her, and how did you know it was love at first sight?
Oh, you just know that, don't you? You just know. I think it's the way I jive. I'm very good at jiving.
And you asked her to join you at the jazz club, or you met her at the jazz club?
No, I met her at the jazz club. It's called Cy Loris. He was well known at that time.
Yes, in Soho.
Yeah.
Complete love at first sight. You went on to have, I think, 5 children, didn't you? And a whole raft, a football team and substitutes of grandchildren as well. But then in 2005, your wife was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and died at 66. Was there a link between that bereavement and then your love of piano somehow resurfacing?
No, not really. It just gave it. My music was an opportunity to try and raise money for cancer. It's something I'm passionate about. My first grandson, he had stage 4 cancer when he was 2 years old, and he was given a 5% chance of recovering. Well, he made it, and next month he's given me my first great grandchild. So you can understand I'm passionate about doing something for cancer. It's a disease that it will be cured. It will be cured, but whether it's in 10 years or 100 years is in our hands. We just need to support the scientists that are trying to fight it.
Of course, it's easy to forget. There was a time when you used to be able to play the piano to actual people in actual places and give actual recitals. Of course, lockdown stopped that, didn't it? So is this how this whole TikTok thing came about?
It's rather funny the way it took it. I don't know how it came about. My granddaughter, I was just playing the piano one Sunday afternoon, and she took a 1-minute video of me on her phone, and I didn't even know she was doing it. She put it on TikTok, and rapidly it went up from 50,000, 100,000, ended up with 800,000 views. 26,000 followers. I was just blown away. And then the press came in. I got articles in 30 newspapers. I don't know what's happened to my life. I don't know how to handle it all.
Alan, we all know the excitement of getting likes. Listen, I put a little photo on my Facebook page. If I get 6 likes, I'm very, very excited. I count them one by one over the course of the 3 months it takes my friends to look at my photos. There you are, racking up tens and hundreds and thousands of likes at the age of 85 years old. That must have been quite exhilarating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blown away by it all. But we're raising money for the for cancer research, and I'm just thrilled with this. It's what it's all about. At first, it was just a game with the family. We were all rather amused by it. But once we linked it to the charity, Cancer Research took it on, and it's doing well. Yeah. But if every one of my viewers had given £1, I would be taking a cheque for £1 million now to the cancer research. So I just hope people will continue to give.
And especially with of course your live recitals now stopping, this is a way for you to continue to raise funds, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I'm going to continue. I mean, from TikTok, we've opened up YouTube, and we've got a website, pianograndad.com, and you can hear all the pieces I play on there. But I'm going to keep feeding more pieces in to try and keep people hooked into it. Yeah.
We'll give the ways you can donate shortly. Did you also see there was a wonderful story which reminded me of your story, the story of Giovanni and Emil? Does that ring a bell to you? Another online story where you had a young chap who, I'm pretty sure his name was Giorgio, and he plays the piano, and so he'd sort of play a tune, and then one day his neighbour played, in effect, the second-hand part. It played the tune back to him. This was during the peak of lockdown, at sort of May, June last year. And the more he played, at the same time every evening, the more his neighbour joined in. And then they sort of exchanged a few handwritten notes. I think it took them 3 months to meet. And Emil was an elderly man who, again, was playing in memory of his wife. And these stories are quite beautiful, aren't they, Alan?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You have to keep that alive. Yeah.
And isn't it just that you're keeping the memory of someone alive through the power of music? So pianograndad.com if you want to find out more about Alan's music. Go to TikTok, which is an app, not a website, and do a search for Piano Grandad. And if anybody wants to keep up with your fundraising efforts, where's the best place to do that, Alan? How do they find your links?
Well, if they go onto pianograndad.com, you can hear all the TikToks that set this off. There's about a dozen good solos on YouTube, and there's a link to go on to donate to the research, cancer research. I do hope people will go along with this. It's so important.
Yeah, and it means so much to you, what with your family history, both of your wife, Pat, and as you were saying, of your first grandson as well. Good luck next week with hopefully the safe arrival of your first great-grandchild. Pianograndad.com to find out more. What's next for you, Alan? I mean, you've done world domination. Where can you go from here?
Britain's Got Talent is interested. There's a few more magazines I'm going to print articles. And very soon, University of Third Age, U3A, older listeners will know what that is.
Yes.
And I've been doing 1 hour concerts for them every month. I had to stop during lockdown, but hoping to get back to that soon. That raised a decent amount of money as well.
Good luck with that. And you'll be too expensive for weddings and bar mitzvahs before we know it. Pianograndad.com if you want to find out more about Alan's fundraising activities, see his music, and go to TikTok and do a search for Piano Grandad. He's good. He's really, really good.